Welcome back.
Hello.
It's been a long time. But we're back, and we're gonna have some fun today. But we're gonna kick it off first, as usual, with the wine.
What do we have today, Myra?
We have Sweet Bitch. Ooh. I just wanted to say the name. It's a Pinot Grigio. I've never had it before, so we'll see if it's sweet or not.
All right.
Normally Pinot isn't, but
Cheers.
cheers. Oh, it is sweet.
It is a sweeter Pinot Grigio.
Weird. I don't think I've ever tasted a sweet Pinot Grigio.
It's kind of like a lighter Moscato.
Yeah.
Like not a too sweet Moscato, which I do like it, but it is sweet for a Pinot.
And it's like it's a little bit in between, like kind of like a Riesling, too. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's interesting. But instead of doing the wine ratings right now, we're going to save that towards the end, so stay tuned. But actually, I want to know, what is that?
This is my little friend thing, the same thing from Wednesday, the show. So it's got the stitching and everything like that. It's called a shoulder buddy. And this is one of those things that I offer in my little shop that I have. It's called Ichabod's Lanterns.
Nice.
What about you? I do have something for you, Gio. Do you want to see what it is?
Yes.
All right. It is a Cthulhu backpack. It's a
so
plushie.
Cute.
And it's got little wings.
Oh my goodness.
There you go, Gio. And it's one of the items we do offer in our store.
Nice. And actually, tonight's episode is sponsored by
Ichabod's Lanterns.
Yes.
And then
Say it again.
I do have a couple other gifts as well. Myra.
Ooh, oh,
These are all
yes.
available on the shop.
It's a skull purse. I think I saw this on there, and I actually was like, I like that.
It's very handy. It's a little wristlet for
you.
you. And then, Casper, I also brought you a thing as well. 'Cause in case you felt like cosplaying as a cousin, or not, what's it, Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, yes, we will pop the link and everything in the QR code down in the description below. I'm excited to use this. Maybe bring this to volleyball. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. So anyway, today we thought we'd switch it up a little bit. We're going to actually do like a Q&A. Casper is going to actually ask us 10 questions. We don't really know what it is.
Nope.
So we're on the fly answering these questions, and let's start it.
So first question for the ladies. What's the first thing that pops in your head when you hear the word paranormal? Paranormal.
Well, paranormal is very
Paranormal is a little bit different than paranormal.
You go first.
For me, it's just going to be anything that is spiritual, like spirits, hauntings.
Like wine and spirits?
Yes. Nice plug there. But yeah, that's the first thing I think of. Anything that is unexplained. What
Yeah,
about you?
I'd agree. Basically, ghosts. The other thing that really pops up, part of my childhood, is the Mysteries of the Unexplained books
Ooh.
from Time Life.
Yeah, I haven't
If
heard
you-
of that.
Some of you probably heard of it, but there was a whole series of books, in the 80s that they came out with that really sparked a lot of my interest, and I would check out those books at the library all the time. And they were all mystic things, from cryptozoology to mystic places to obviously ghosts. And Phantom
Nice.
Encounters was one of my favorites, so I definitely think of ghosts.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yep.
I've never heard of it.
That's awesome. Well, I'll do better with my grammar and speech on the next question. What do you find is the most exciting thing about the paranormal world?
I'll let you go first.
For me, finding the community that there's other people that are interested in it out there. No, not thinking you were the only one, as
Right.
we discussed last time, with our experiences. And there's just other people, especially now with the different ghost shows, that there's an audience for it.
Right.
And there's actually people who will listen and not think you're just crazy.
I agree. And just to piggyback off of that, I'm trying to think of an example. It's going to be pretty much the same thing you said. I was trying to flip it a little bit, but no, it's just being able to find that community and not be afraid to talk about
Hence
it.
why we're good friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And just, being able to explore different things, and there's so many different wide varieties of it. So I don't know. I like being able to talk about it and not have someone look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, and how popular it's gotten.
Right.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Question 3. What do you find is the scariest thing about the paranormal world?
You go first.
Scariest thing, for me, it's just the unknown, the demonology part of it. Like just some movies portray like religious objects don't work on certain demons. Like certain demons are more powerful than others, and that whole attachment thing. I think that's what creeps me out. If it's a good spirit, by all means, attach to me. But if it's a bad spirit, I don't want you near me. So I think that's what's scary for me.
I think the scariest thing for me is that it might be real. Like real. Like we believe. Mm-hmm. But do we have solid proof that everyone can say it's real? Because most people say they don't believe in it until they experience it or see it. Mm-hmm. Seeing is believing.
Yep.
And I think that I feel like, yes, I've had many encounters. Most of our encounters we can brush off and say, did I, didn't I, or I did. There's not many people that can say I did.
Right.
I can't even fully say I did as much as I believe that I did. I can't prove to you I did. And I would love to prove to you I did. So.
And that's what's hard about it too, is because, something may happen to you and it looks totally unrealistic, unbelievable, but it's real because it happened to you. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel when I see other things. I'm just like, okay, I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I know that it could happen, but was that real or were they kind of like faking it,
Yeah. In scary movies, leading up to what the scary is the scariest part. When you get to the end and they show what the demon might be, it's more relaxing because now it's all about the chase and getting rid of it.
Yep.
So, but leading up to it, that whole hour is the scariest part of most movies.
True.
So the next question would be is kind of when we talk about paranormal is what's your most memorable paranormal moment?
Like that's happened to us,
I guess our experience would be good.
Your own experience. What is the
God.
your most memorable experience?
I'll go first if you want, because I can think of
Yeah.
something right away.
Yes.
All right. So when I was younger, growing up in our small town, I was trying to. There's two ways to get into town. There's two bridges. There's a car bridge and a train bridge. And I live closer to the train bridge, so of course that's what I was going to take. And I remember I was going to go uptown. We call it uptown because it's a small town. And I was crossing the train bridge. As you get more towards the bridge, it gets darker, obviously. And I saw a person, but it was like a shadow figure person. And I started walking closer and closer to it. The person looked like they were kind of leaning like over the bridge, like looking down at the water. And then they moved as I got closer and turned towards me. And then I said, hey, just like, this is really awkward. I'm on a bridge by myself. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows everybody in the town, so it's not like scary. It's just, who could that be? I probably don't know that person, but them hanging out on the train bridge is not that unusual. A bunch of us take it. And so I walked closer, and then the person kind of stood on the tracks and straightened up. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, how's it going? And they didn't answer. Ooh. And I felt like I didn't feel good about that person or whatever it might be. I couldn't recognize a face. It wasn't so dark I didn't feel like I couldn't recognize a person, but I did feel like it was more of a shadow figure. And I got a little closer and I stopped, and then I walked a little closer and it kind of shifted just slightly. And I was like, nope. And I turned around and I started running back home. I was like, not going in town tonight. Nope, not seeing my friends. I'll call you guys later. So that to me was that strong feeling. And again, it's like, did I? Yes, there's an explanation. It could have still been a person trying to freak me out, but it's not that people don't take that bridge. So that is my most memorable.
I would say, and also weird because they didn't respond to you.
That's scary.
I don't know if I can top that. I cannot think of just one because I've had so much stuff happen. I think the only creepy thing I can think of, I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to narrow it down, but so much stuff has happened in this house. Mm-hmm. And in my childhood, but the most scariest stuff has happened in this house. But I think for me, the creepiest thing was when I think I told you about it. I was in my bedroom and I was coming out, and it felt like there was actually someone just standing there, and I saw it quickly in my peripheral, and it was enough of a presence to make me jump back. And I think that creeped me out just because the feeling I got from it wasn't like, it was kind of like you got, like it was negative. It wasn't like a good feeling. I felt like threatened. And I don't normally get scared that easily because
And you
of,
shouldn't get that scared in your own home. So
Right.
You recognize what shadows are around the corner in your own home.
and
generally.
so that's what I think that one is probably the most memorable for me because it actually scared me enough for me to actually jump back. And then I felt silly because I'm just like, did I see something? But then like I felt that barrier still, like I didn't want to go out of the room, so I'm like hanging out at the top of the stairs waiting for
You didn't
Casper
feel safe
to come in.
crossing into a certain
Right.
threshold.
So I was like waiting
that's
for
scary.
him to come upstairs, and I'm like, hurry up, come up here.
That's a good one.
But yeah.
Those are definitely good and definitely scary moments. So switching the gears a little bit, what superstition do you absolutely believe in?
Ooh, I like this one.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first? Because
Yeah.
I could think of many. Whistling at night.
What's that?
In a lot of Asian customs, and I'm not saying all of them, at least mine, my parents always said, don't whistle at night because you're whistling for the spirits to come to you. I don't know why my parents, I told you, I don't know why my parents told me these things.
gosh.
Okay, don't whistle at night. And so I don't whistle at night. And there's a story about my sister walking in abandoned country road with her boyfriend. You know, they were out there, and they supposedly their car broke down, and and he was whistling on the they had to walk to get help or whatever, and he was whistling, and she told him not to do it because obviously we grew up together, we feel the same way. And he was like, "What? Is there going to be spirits or something?" And they definitely saw something, a white figure out in the middle of the woods that night, and it was following them. And there's nothing else out there. They thought it was a deer at first, but it started getting closer, and they could tell it was a figure. It was tall and white, and then it's not my husband. No, and there is a theory I have about it because this is in Roseau County up north, and there is a Wendigo, and I'm not talking about the deer head skull Wendigo, but if you read a story called Wendigo of the North, it is a Wendigo in Roseau County, but it's described as a tall white figure, and it is also a harbinger of death. And I asked my sister sometime later if like something happened to anybody they knew, and she said that his cousin passed away some weeks after that. I don't know if those coincidences are true, but it's something we can always talk about in a different episode.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kind of similar to the Banshees. Yes, we'll save it
So
for another one.
So whistling at night, I don't like.
I don't know of any paranormal one, but the it's so stupid. The one going under the ladder, I still believe that, and then
Okay.
also the stepping on a crack.
Stepping on a crack.
Break your mama's back. Yep.
Ladder, I get. Stepping on a crack. Are you sure you've never
Oh, and I don't
stepped on a
even
crack?
and I don't even know where it comes from, but there's like it's like bad luck, kind of like when you break a mirror. If you step on the back of someone's shoe, you have to pat their back 3 times. Don't know where that came from. I was
Okay.
told it when I was young, and I still do it to this day.
Okay.
It's so dumb.
All right.
That's it. Yours is cooler.
Mine is cooler, but
Yes.
yours is silly. I think ladder I kind of get. But
The crack. I know, it's so dumb.
I mean, people could probably be laughing at mine right now. Like, that is so ridiculous.
I
and
didn't know
stupid.
that. That creeps
Yeah.
me out, though. I like knowing those tales and stuff because.
Yeah, and it's like, I just don't do it. I just, when I hear people do it, I kind of walk away.
Well, and now it makes me think of all the times that I did whistle at night. You know, when you get that feeling that someone's watching you when you're like walking by yourself.
I will sing, I will hum, but I will not whistle.
Lots to think about.
Are you two ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think deja vu really is?
I don't know. For me, I always felt like it was like not necessarily like a time rip, but like, and I don't know if this actually exists, but I feel like it happens sometimes, like a parallel reality, like where there's another me, but in a different time, but it's like at the same time. Because there will be times where I will have a conversation and it will be so familiar in my head that I'm like, I swear I already talked about this already. Or something will happen, I'll lose something, and then Gio will come in and be like, hey, do you need this? And I'll be like, I already did that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. And that's kind of what I feel like deja vu might be, is like maybe they're intertwining somehow. I don't know. Maybe I should stop watching Insidious, thinking of
Maybe.
the different.
Maybe.
But yeah.
I think I do kind of feel like the theory of it being like a checkpoint in your life that you're supposed to be at is a really good one. I don't know what it is, but I also feel like sometimes there's an intuition, like psychic abilities. So there's where I'm at with that. But I think it definitely is more of a checkpoint, and I always make it a point to also note it to whoever's near me. Like, I had deja vu. I tell Scott all the time, I'm like, I feel like I've had this deja vu before. Or I'll tell my coworkers, like, you guys, do you remember when I said this? And I feel like this is happening again.
I know.
Just to ensure myself that I'm not crazy.
Oh, I hate it. It happens to me pretty regularly, and it always makes me wonder why that happens. Is it like something that happened the same way in a different life, or is it happening right now, but just on the other side, you know?
The good news is I feel like it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
There's no denying everybody has probably experienced deja vu, but we can't explain it.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Awesome. So next question. If you could visit any paranormal place in the world, where would it be?
That I haven't been.
I know, that's what I was going to say. That's going to be a hard one for you.
You go first.
I have two. One that you've already been to. Well, actually, three.
Okay.
So the first one is I think it's is it Edinburgh or Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. I would like to go there. I would also like to visit the Paris catacombs.
Yep.
And then it's kind of, everyone always makes fun of me, especially some people. I won't say names. But I actually want to visit the Winchester Mystery House.
Those are good ones.
And there's some various prisons in there that I want to go to, too.
I think I would really like to visit that. I forgot what the name of the island is called in Italy.
Pavaglia.
Yeah, Pavaglia. I think I want to go
Yes,
there. I
yes.
want to go there. That's
Okay, take some of mine back. I want to go there, too.
because it's off limits. We were recently in Italy last year, but obviously it was right after COVID anyway. But this is an island nobody can get to, and it's one of the places I would really like to check out, and I don't know how to get there yet. But there's another island place in Japan as well. I forgot what it's called, but it has a structure. It's like apartment buildings. There used to be like a whole bunch of like workers living there, but it's like an abandoned building, supposedly haunted. But who's to say if it's, being that no one's out there? But I'm sorry, Pavaglia.
Pavaglia.
Yeah, that one we do know that there is a history of hauntings, and there's that's where they used to send people with the plague. It's a graveyard. It's a death pit with some.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would be
That would be
interesting
my
to
place
go.
right now.
Perfect. So obviously we go through a lot and we see a lot of things like shows and documentaries and everything. And obviously next week or on our next episode, we'll be talking a bit about some of those movies that are out there. But my question for you ladies is, what's your favorite paranormal movie?
Favorite?
I don't have just
Paranormal movie.
one. It's hard.
Name 3 if you need to. Don't have to be in the right order.
Well, I know people are going to be like, that's a stupid one, but I actually enjoyed the Paranormal Activities. So I like that. I like Insidious, obviously. I'm trying to think of other ones that really, really gripped me. I'll let you go. I can't think of any.
I definitely agree with Paranormal Activity, the first one. I don't. This isn't in no particular order, but Paranormal Activity, the ones that made me not feel great when I came home, those, and then also Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
The original when everybody thought it was still
first
real
one.
and it was
Yeah.
found footage. I had seen it and I came home just not comfortable.
Yeah.
And also the scene with them in the woods. My parents used to take me fishing out in the woods in the middle of the night a lot, and we used to park by a farmhouse that was abandoned.
Oh no.
What did
I
they do
like
to me?
that.
But that didn't help because it literally reminded me of that time in my life and how scary things were. And I know that place was haunted. And the other one would probably be something like, what was it? I actually was really scared of mirrors
Oh
with
my
Kiefer
goodness.
Sutherland.
Yeah.
That movie, I could not. I had to have my friend on the phone with me the whole drive home because I was driving by myself and I
Yep.
really didn't want to look in my rearview mirror. It was a much scarier movie than I expected.
Yeah,
So-
and it was so interesting the way that they did it because it was very subtle things. It wasn't like the scare factors, and so like the mirror scene is the one
Oh,
that
which one?
it's like
Every
it's
mirror
dark in here.
scene.
The mirror scene in the bathroom where she's brushing her teeth. She stands up, she opens the thing, and everyone
The
expects
typical one.
when they close it something's going to be there.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing was there. It was normal. It's when she walked away, and then the person like looked at her and followed her, and it was still in the mirror. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I had a hard time because we have a mirror in our hallway that goes into the bathroom, so I had a hard time. I'd run past that, wouldn't look in the mirror when I was done washing my hands, and I'd run back out. That's the same thing with the Ring. I had to take the TV out of my bedroom because of that.
The Ring was a good one as well.
I'm like, if that TV turns on.
Make
But
sure
yeah.
it's unplugged, and that makes it more scary, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So follow-up question to
Okay.
obviously paranormal movies is, what do you find to be the most annoying thing about movies that claim to be about the paranormal?
I hate when there's something about to happen and either the camera turns away or it's too slow or just something like that. Just I understand they need to create suspense, but it's unrealistic things of how people would react. Like if something's chasing you, running up the stairs instead of out of the house.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, or tripping over an imaginary branch. I just it's stuff like that that gets me. And then also just like poor editing. Like there's some stuff that could really happen in real life, but like when you make it so hokey, it's hard for people to believe. Because then you're like, okay, could this really happen, or is it just CGI or something like that? So.
I think one of the things that annoys me the most is, depending on what type of movie it is the demon possession thing. Like, all of a sudden, there's extra angry. We know Zach's done it a few times, but it's not like that annoying. It's just, oh, here it comes. This is what's going on, and the tripping over branches is a good one. And really, really shaky camera movement, even though I had just said that The Blair Witch was one of my favorites.
And that was like, for me, that camera movement made it feel more real. So it didn't bother me as much. And there's just like the weird elements that they have, like that weird sound when they're in the tent. But it's just like, I don't like camera movements that are like, like this, like trying to make it crazy looking. It's like normal if you're running, but if you're just walking, your camera shouldn't be like, because your eyes don't do that.
Your camera's not on your forehead,
Right.
and and you're not, I don't know, having a seizure or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're to the final question of the evening. When it comes to wine, red or white?
White.
Red, obviously.
I think it's because I like my wines cold or at least chilled. So that's why I tend to like the white wines more. My palate has moved that way.
Well, I started off with white wines actually, but for some reason it took me a while to develop a taste for red wines. But and I know that when I do some reviews, like some of them I'll chill, and people are like, "You're not supposed to chill a red wine," but some of them,
But what if it's not good unless it's chilled?
some of them taste better chilled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to love white wines, and the only white wines I usually drink now are like Rieslings, pretty much. Or I'll drink Pinot Grigio every once in a while. I mean, not usually this sweet, but I can't do Moscatos anymore. Sorry,
No.
Jenny.
I'm done with Moscatos as well.
I can't.
I Moscatoed myself out.
It's too sweet for me, so I'm just like,
Agreed.
Well, you've definitely answered all my questions this evening. So with that, thank you, ladies. And we'll let you get
Thank
back to your
you.
podcast.
So with that, we're gonna do the rating of the wine. What would you say on a scale of 1 to 5? What would you rate this one? Sweet bitch. I just
Sweet
wanted to say it
bitch.
again.
I mean, the name rings true. It is sweet. So I don't know if it's bitchy, but I'm gonna say I like it as a 3.5.
I'm gonna do that as well. It's right in the middle for me. Yes, I would drink it again, and yes, I would drink it if someone offered it to me, obviously. But I don't know if I would buy it again. It's just not that. Doesn't have that oomph for me.
I agree.
It's got a kind of a weird aftertaste, but I'm still gonna drink this.
We're both still gonna drink this.
Thanks, guys, for joining us again. We're happy to be back. Make sure you tune in to next week when we'll be doing some movie reviews. Ooh, you'll have to wait to find out what they are. So, goodbye, and we'll see you on the other side.